there will be time you have sales. For example, there was a time I rented a new shop. People were discouraging me. I don't get that shop. You know all these fetish belief. That shop. Anybody that rented that shop, they go. I want to tell you, I made times two of the amount I pay for that shop in one day.
Wow.
Yes, in one day.
What business are you doing there? Or you know what
Why not? I could. It's something everybody can do. What happened is there was a time Jam introduced CBT CBT centers. So you cannot access Jam services unless you go to those CBT centers. So after registration, we have what we call post registration exercise where you have to visit CBT centers. Luckily for us, Jam released one of that services to us, and that was a reprinting of what do you call it? A reprinting of exam slip. So they released it to roadside cafe owner. So the belief was you have to go to the CBT centers. I just tried that thing that day. Let's see whether don't give us this, and I see I was able to print one. This thing goes, but there's one technical issue behind it. Luckily for me, I was able to solve that technical issue. Only me, from my technical background, it's only just a setting in your browser. In fact, parents come to me and say, "This Mr. Man, if what you are printing is fake one, it's not fake. It's not." Even because nobody is able to print it and you're the only person that is able to print this, we were doing okay. Do whatever you want to do. In fact, guys decide around me able to make certain sum of money. What they do is they just move around to motor parks, roadsides. Anybody they see, you want to print your exam result, I'll come here. You want to print so what I just did, okay, when you come with a student, collect 300 naira from that student, you give me 200 naira, 500 naira. Wow. I was able to make sales of 60 something thousand naira in one day. That single day. But there are days where I will not make, even weeks, I will not make something I can even say I want to eat. So these are challenges in business. But all I know is if you have the knowledge of that business, know how now you have your sales. You make something. Like as I've said, I do manage many school database in our surroundings here. I thank God it's not that I'm making mouth. I have a reasonable number of school that I'm managing their database. So as a result of this, I'm very sure every year I have certain amount that's guaranteed. If they are doing WAEC or any exam, I mean all the database of the schools, we have a lot of data entry services. So certain amount of money is guaranteed for me every year in that area only.
That's because you develop the skills.
I've developed the skills and the relationship. Yes, that's another thing. The reason matter most. We have a lot of sacrifice we have to make. There is one of my apprentices that say, my God, why you always call everybody Ogami? I say, I have to do it. They are the one giving me money. They are just feeding me. I have to do I say, my Oga. So because of this, so far you come to me once, you will surely come back. You patronize me once, customer. If you come to me once, you will surely come back. So I have that here.
How long have you been in business generally?
Right from my secondary school days, where when I do assist my mom in doing her business. My mom involved in raw food
sales. Okay, sales. Wow.
So we go as far as not, but no Taraba and Jigawa to take all these food stores.
Food store.
So
Okay.
I involved with him. I mean,
With fully. Wow.
I would say over 25 years. Wow. Then I was in secondary school. Wow. For 25 years. Yes. I study electrical electronics engineering. Business is my first love. Let me put it that way. Why? Because it gives you that freedom. It gives you the happiness you want in life. Yes. Let me put it that way. Business gives you the happiness if you do it well. Yes. What? Of course, because I realize I do put my best to everything I'm doing. So I now realize why not use that in business of my own. So I have started many businesses. The first one I started was I organized a very big tutorial class, coaching class, where I enroll capable hands. So that was my first business. Later, I moved into, though I was doing it uh, together, but doing it in a large scale. I I was able to establish the business of hardware sales and repair, then computer services, then POS business. I also involved in agency business, where I call agency business with all these solar company.
What's your worst day in business? What's the worst thing that has ever happened to you in business? In any of the businesses, what's the worst thing that has ever happened to you?
Worst day, though I will say I was young then, so I did not have that mental capability to maneuver the situation. But I would say it was my worst day because of the situation I found myself in. What happened was when I was with my mom, the woman do give me token after every trip, and I do go like 2 times in a week. So each time I return, so give me something to compensate and to encourage me. So that always go to saving. So before I know it, I was able to have up to 230,000 naira as a savings. That was around 99 2000 within that period. Of course, yes, that was a big money. 230,000. Though not that I have that 230,000 once. I was I was doing business within my mom business. So yes, that was how I was able to. What I just know is that the day I lost the whole money, it was the sum of 230,000. Yes. What happened was this. I realized that each time I was traveling to purchase goods, there's always increase in the price. So I now adopted a system, or let me say a method, where the money I have in saving, I will do them out. I will buy some goods. I will keep them in a certain location, precisely Kano. I will not bring them down to the west end. From Borno, we do travel to Borno, Jigawa, then to buy goods. Then I will transport them to Kano. So when I was to return to go and buy goods again, I have to go along with my own money, together with the money she gave me to buy good for her. So on my way going, I was robbed.
So then there was no ATM like that. Just
No, no, there was no. There was bank, but not as strong as this new bank we have around. So it's not possible you deposit money into Wema Bank and go and withdraw in the first bank. No. So there was no. You only withdraw in one bank. There's nothing like ATM. There's nothing like transfer. Around 1995 to 1999, around that period. Yes, I was robbed of the money. The total money was 570 something thousand naira, together with my mom money, my own money 230,000, my mom money, everything added together 570 something thousand naira. So it's collected. No, I will not want to go into detail to that. Yes, because of security reason, and we have to be discreet. Those in the vehicle robbed us. We were two passengers, and you know what? Don't let me say more than that. The only challenge I have there is the experience was very bad. Then I was married. I was married then. I just got married. Just married. I have a kid. So the two generators I have in the office start developing faults. I've spent a lot of money on the two. The two of them just develop fault at the same time. So I could not afford to spend any money on those generators again. So I have to stop using the generator. And so far I do not have generator to use. You know the problem of power in the country. So that means your business stopped as well.
Like for how long?
It's around 1 month.
1 month.
It's around 1 month.
So that would have been
So it was a challenging
you
time.
only waited.
What I did, the method I adopted then was this. I told my wife, I'm leaving this business. You are to take care of the family from now on. I don't want to spend money on this generator again. Take this. In the next 3 months, don't ask me for anything. How to feed, after all, our kid then has not started school. How to feed the family is in your hand for 3 months.
Was she doing business?
Yes, he was doing business as well. I told my wife, I'm going to enroll myself in a tailoring shop. I love that skill as well. So I've told to my friend, say, I mean, he has accepted me coming. So I gave my wife certain sum of money, which I believe can cover the family for 3 months with her assistance. So I left, closed the shop down. So it was not up to a month. In fact, I've been doing well in that skill acquisition. It's not up to a month, something happened. So my wife lost all the money I gave her, including her own income.
Wow.
So I have to go back to shop.
That is the
I have to go back to shop. So the way I was able to survive then was there was this neighbor of mine. I narrated my problem. So he told me if I can manage it, anytime he or she, I mean, is not using his generator, I will be able to be using it until I'm able to pay myself up. So I thank him for that. It really helped. So I want to tell you, within just a month or two, I was able to raise myself again, at least to manageable level. Yes. Let me further relate that to business. In business, you have to save for rainy days. In business, you may not have sales. The way I live my life is I only panic only when I do not have up to 200,000 naira in my account. That's when I'm starting panicking. Hey, there's problem. There's problem. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you were talking about how you got robbed and about 500,000 and
570 something thousand. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So how were you able to navigate that challenge?
And as I said, I was still in secondary school, so it affected me a lot because it affected the whole plan I have ahead. But all in all, I was not that affected because the business was not mine then. The business was for my mom. I'm only able to bring something out of so it didn't really affect, though it affected psychologically, and in the long run, I was unable to go on with my plan. So that's just it. But me personally, I will not say it affected like that. Hmm.
So you believe you get the money back?
I believe I will. I believe it's not time. After all, I was still young. After all, I'm still planning to go to school. So why that would bring me down? So let me move myself up. Uh, what I can say is they should just be patient because there is a trend in which everybody wants to get rich quick. That's why you see all of them involved in Yahoo Yahoo, all this scamming stuff, or impostor, something like that. So they should just be patient and they should try to get skill. They should learn a skill. Either they go to school to get that skill or go to, they should try to get a skill. So that will serve as their means of survival later in their life. There are many ways. In fact, they are very lucky. Let me say they are very lucky because during our time, when I was still very much young, I do not have the opportunity of the internet. Yes, we have internet. You can learn a lot of things on the internet. I have a guy. He's doing very, very fine. He learned how to repair handsets, both hardware and software, on YouTube.
Wow.
On YouTube only. So that's one way. Another way is this method of going to serve a master apprentice, learn the skill within 3 or 4, 5 years, you get the skill needed, and you are good to go. So there are a lot of way. So during the time I said I went to a friend to learn tailoring skills. I went to meet him. Come, we are friends. I'm not supposed to be here to say I want to learn tailoring. How much do you want to collect for this for 3 months? If not for the challenge I had then, I would have added that skill to my knowledge for now. So, and if time still permit, I will surely go back.
So, like I can see from the story you just narrated now, I can see humility being humble.
Humble
So
and
because
be truthful. Be truthful.
with yourself,
Yes, be truthful. Let people see you truthful. There are two stories behind that. As I told you earlier, my wife also involved in foodstuff business. In the market, the major market in our area here, all those northerners, they have they have gone into that business. They are the one running the business big now. So you have to go there, get your stock on credit, come back, give them the money and get another one. But you have to have a good relation with them before you can. But when I was with my mom then, some of them knew me then. So by the time my wife wanted to start, I just take her to one of the mala. I said, Mala, Isa, I don't come. Hey, Samara, you, what you doing all this day? No, 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 me. Why would you don't come? This is my wife. She want to start this. I don't have money. So you have to help me. Samara, if you need everything here, I swear. If you need it. So that was when how my wife was able to get large stock going to the market, and she was able to make something meaningful. At least. So you have to be truthful. There was still another story of when I started POS business. A customer was wanted to withdraw from one of my outlets. The transaction read decline, but it was successful. 10,000 naira for the first time, 10,000 naira second time, 10,000 naira third time.
wow.
But the third time was read successful. So my sales rep just gave the man, they gave her 10,000 naira. So when I was doing my account later in the day, I realized I have excess of 20,000 naira. Where does this money come from? So I have to go through the transaction one by one. Then I realized 3 transactions was done from the same card, and all of them was successful. So I call my attendants. Oh, how come this happened? I said it was declined, sir. No, this one is not declined. It was successful. Oh, yeah, send me the number of that man. So he sent me the number of the customer. I call the man, sir. This is the so place. You did this. It was you are not given the money. The money is with us. So the man was in maybe Akwa Ibom. He just came to order to come and buy goods. So he was in Akwa Ibom also. Are you sure of this? I've been running around for okay. Send your account number. Let me send down your money. So I just send down the account number. The woman just send the account number and I send out the money to her immediately. You understand? So later, when the woman came, she demanded to see me personally. So we see the woman. We talk. Thank you for that. That's very good of you. Make sure you are doing that. So later, instead of her coming to her to go and buy goods, so we send money to me. Tell our customer to go to me to go and, you understand? So a week, 2 weeks before coming, so we send down the money. So I will just be using the money for business. So then I was able to use something from that woman then. So that is one of the truthfulness in business. The truthfulness in business. So when you are doing business, you just have to make sure you have that skill. Not that they have knowledge. Don't have half knowledge. Make sure you have full knowledge. Be truthful. Be hardworking. Be humble. With those characteristics, you surely succeed.